as neighbors express some important concerns. People in one Bergen County town tell CBS 2's investigative reporter Tim Nicholas they're aggressively fighting. Fair to call it a turf war, Tim?
Yeah, that is right. And there are similar concerns and battles brewing right now in Westfield and in Scotch Plains, but it's only in one town, Ridgewood, where an artificial turf field is being considered on a historic property. The signs lining West Saddle River Road tell two very different stories. This one from the village boasts of a beautiful new park in the works with a sports field. But the neighbors who posted these signs on their front lawns see it differently.
I think it's horrendous what the council has been proposing to do.
It's not an appropriate place to put an artificial turf field.
The village is considering building the ball field alongside this 19th century home listed in the National Registry of Historic Places. But the residents instead want a smaller grass field to be built on this unused space.
I'm completely against turf. Everything I read just makes it seem like it's very dangerous.
Parents and athletes across the country have questioned the safety of artificial turf, ranging from concerns over whether the turf can cause more athlete injuries to whether the rubber crumbs in the turf can create health hazards when ingested. CBS 2 has learned of similar fights in Westfield and in Scotch Plains, where a doctor with Mount Sinai's Children's Environmental Health Center wrote a letter to the town council discouraging a plan for artificial turf due to uncertainties surrounding the safety and the potential for dangerous heat and chemical exposures. The EPA says studies have not shown an elevated health risk, but the studies have been limited. Ridgewood's village manager says artificial turf can be easier to maintain.
From a recreation standpoint, obviously there is a public benefit to that. But of course, residents who live in that neighborhood need to be heard. And the council needs to make the decision that's right for Ridgewood.
And the mayor of Ridgewood says they're looking into whether some kinds of turf might be safer than others. Neighbors of the site are concerned about potentially harmful chemicals in many artificial fields called PFAS.
Many of us have private well water, so artificial turf, the PFAS will go right into the groundwater and into our drinking water.
And the village manager says they're looking into those concerns with their water department. We also reached out to a trade association, the Synthetic Turf Council. They sent us a statement saying artificial turf is safe and cost effective. They said they could not meet for an interview today. Dana.
Okay, thank you, Tim. Coming up, shedding light on shoreline disparities.